Here we are again at the complaint intake, where you can see quite a bit of information has been entered, including incident description, witnesses, respondents, and complainants. At the top of the case, you can see there's also the evidence collection tab, which we're going to now. And you can view the evidence that you have already uploaded into it. You can upload evidence on the right-hand side of the page there by clicking in the box where you can upload documents. And then you can enter different documents or add different documents and drop them into that space, and it will save them to this folder. You can also click on the interview tab. There are some tips scattered throughout the pages in the software that tells you a little bit about what to think about when you're going through this process. When you go to the interview details for the individual interviews that have been scheduled, you can open those up and you can add in case specific questions for that particular interviewee. And you can also select to import questions from a question bank. We'll talk about the question bank feature a little bit later. But essentially, this is a bank that you have set up in that can be used for all different types of cases. You can categorize those questions, and then they can be uploaded into individual cases. You can mark the interview as complete and then resave it. You can also send calendar invites to your interviewees from the application. It does not disclose any confidential details, only what you actually enter into it. The invite itself is just interview invitation and the individual's name. And then you can send the invite from there. From the complaint intake form, you will have the option to select individuals to be automatically added to invites based on who you entered on the complaint intake form. Just something to keep in mind, as that will auto populate for you to be able to select or deselect individuals you want to interview. And of course, there was that tab where you can schedule a new interview or another individual that is that part of the case listed as part of the case. You also have the ability to assign tasks to each individual case that you have. And so you would just click on the task tab here, and then you can create a new task, entering the task title. For the purposes of what we're doing here today, we're just going to enter a random request to check video footage or the incident date and enter a brief description. For now, we're just going to put information to be determined. And then you can select the priority, low, medium, or high, depending on how quickly you want to have that task completed. And then you can also select a due date for that task. Tasks will then show up on your dashboard when you enter into the application so that you can see what's still outstanding for each of the cases that you have. Just need to refresh it in order for the task to show.